Hello and welcome to the Motorway Man, and welcome back to another Motorway quiz, the Motorway Quiz 19, the 19th of my Motorway quiz series. If you do enjoy Motorway quizzes, I happen to have 19 of these quizzes now, so there's this one and 18 others, so be sure to check them out if you enjoy these quiz style videos, and also subscribe to the channel and like the video before we get into things. And as always, I'll get us going with the rules of the quiz before we start. So I will read each question twice. I will then give you 7 seconds to think of your answer. I will then reveal the answer, and at the end of the quiz you can give yourself a mark out of 7 because there is 7 questions. And of course, if you want to, you can comment your final score down in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear how you did, and if you did well, I might just end up congratulating you. So let's get straight into things then with question 1. I'm sure we all know how this works by now. What motorway goes to Bristol? Is it the M1, the M32, or the M54? Which motorway goes to Bristol? Is it the M1, the M32, or the M54? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is the M32, a 4.4 mile long motorway which links the much larger M4 to the city centre. Highlights of Bristol include the Clifton Suspension Bridge and Clifton Cathedral, among other sites. Question 2. Thurrock services on the M25 is operated by which operator? Is it operated by Roadchef, Moto, or Welcome Break? Thurrock services on the M25 is operated by which operator? Roadchef, Moto, or Welcome Break? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is Moto. Moto has been operating Thurrock services since 2001. So a little bit about Thurrock then. The service station area opened for bids to see who will build the site in 1986. And it wasn't until 1992 when the full site would be opened by Granada, with the petrol station opening in 1990. So great job if you went for Moto. They are the current operators of Thurrock services. Question 3. Which service station is not in Scotland? Heart of Scotland services, South Wait services, or Hamilton services? So of those 3 listed, which is not in Scotland? Which service station is not in Scotland? Heart of Scotland, South Wait, or Hamilton? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is South Wait services. South Wait is the only one of the 3 options there which doesn't belong to Scotland. Hamilton is on the M74 and Heart of Scotland is on the M8. I would be concerned if you went for Heart of Scotland there, considering it has it in the title. So great job if you went for South Wait, the only English service station on the list. Time for question 4. How long is the M67 near Manchester? Is it 7 kilometres long, 8 kilometres long, or 9 kilometres long? How long is the M67 near Manchester? Is it 7, 8, or 9 kilometres long? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is 8 kilometres long. Yes, a very small motorway. The M67 is just 8 kilometres long and is on the eastern side of Manchester. So great job if you got that one right. Question 5. Which motorway is longer? The M32, the M56, or the M90? So in terms of length, which motorway is longer? Is it the M32, the M56, or is it the M90? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is the M56. The other 2 motorways are relatively short. The M56 is definitely the longest there and links Manchester to Chester and is very close to North Wales but doesn't quite stretch over the border. So great job if you went for M56, definitely the longest motorway on the list there and is 33 miles long. Question 6. What motorway circles Manchester? The M62, the M25 or the M60? And by this I mean in what motorway is there a circle around the city of Manchester? Is it the M62, the M25 or the M60? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is the M60. The motorway circles all of Manchester and is 36.1 miles long. And a fun fact about the M60, instead of building the whole thing from scratch in order to make it into a circle, they used parts of the M62, M66 and M63 and all kind of amalgamated it into one new motorway which they called the M60. So there's a fun fact for you. And lastly, question 7. What Prime Minister opened the first motorway? Harold Wilson, Harold Macmillan or David Lloyd George? What Prime Minister opened the first motorway? Was it Harold Wilson, Harold Macmillan or David Lloyd George? For the last time, here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is Harold Macmillan. He opened the motorway December 1958, and that motorway is of course the Preston Bypass, which forms part of the M6, the first motorway. And the other two options, Harold Wilson was Prime Minister twice in the 1960s and 1970s, and David Lloyd George of course during World War I from 1916 to 1922. So great job there if you went for Harold Macmillan, as he was the Prime Minister that opened our first motorway. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate your time as always on this the Motorway Quiz 19. So as I've done 19 of these quizzes, if you do like these quizzes, be sure to check out the other 18 of them that I've done. Please like the video by giving it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Coming very soon within the next 2 weeks is a nice service station tour of Blythe services on the A1M motorway, followed by a service station guest episode, so you're not going to want to miss that. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Give the video a good old thumbs up, have a great week, and I shall catch you in the next one. Goodbye.